How's it going out there? Welcome back to Melvor Adventure Mode, episode 12. In this episode, we got some really cool things done, or in the last week, I should say. So let's dive in. First and foremost, I will mention that there was a cooking, I shouldn't say this. There was an update posted to Steam saying that there are some cooking changes coming, and they're basically refactoring cooking some way. They said pretty much farming is going to be useless, or not useless, but not as effective. So all your carrots and stuff. So like my standard account has a couple million carrots on it. That's going to be kind of pointless, I guess. I think they said there's going to be like recipes or something. So cooking's getting a rework. You can do certain things. There's certain passive cooking you can do so that you can make quantities of food, which don't count towards your skill or mastery or anything. It sounds interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes in. But you see me pushing cooking right now. I was already pushing cooking, but since that update came out, I want to get this to 99. That way I don't have to worry about any of that on this account. My standard account's definitely there. I think my hardcore account's already at 99 cooking, so this will be the last one I have to worry about getting there for now. So I am cooking currently, really, really for two reasons. That was the secondary reason, the skill rework. The primary reason was I was running out of carp or whatever I had. So I burned through a whole bunch of fish, and now I have just a ton. I have 38,000 raw cave fish, so I'm doing very well there. And working on doing the manta rays. The whales don't generate much more experience than, I think they're 150 versus the 125 on the manta rays. So it's a little less XP, but I already spent last night just fishing up the manta rays. So I thought, what the hell, I'll just leave these here. I grabbed a couple of whales to see the difference, and I don't think it's much of a difference to make a difference. So I'm going to burn this stack of 14,000 manta rays off, get that cooked, and then if I'm still not at 99, then I'll fish up some whales. But this will give me a good food source. Besides, I'm gonna probably ditch these carrots. I'll keep all this cooked stuff and then see how things change. But besides all the cooking and everything in here, this has been a really solid. In fact, before I forget, I'm going to go up here and buy some more cooking gloves. I'll get a couple of these. That'll get us within range of this here. But this has been a really solid week. So I decided I wanted to go into work on Slayer. I think in the last episode, I talked about getting Slayer, Prayer, hit points, defense, attack, and strength all built up to 99s. I wanted to get those done and then worry about ranged and magic. That puts more emphasis on finishing what I've got started, and it will make the ranged and magic so much easier. I think, in my mind, it sounds like it's going to be easier to go ahead and knock out all the other stuff first. That way my hit points, prayer, and slayer will just be there, and then I can do whatever I need to for ranged and magic. To that end, I've been working on hard slayer tasks, and I only need just a few left. But like I said, I kind of ran out of food. I need 3 more left. Been working on a lot of these. Man, some of these just dump like 200 or 250 of these things at you. So these take a while to complete. And I ran out of food, and I ran out of prayer points, and like I had to fish up a whole bunch of prayer points. You'll notice I am at level 99 prayer. That is done, so that's cool. I've not been running prayer unless I absolutely need to, and these hard tasks don't really require it, so I haven't been bothering, although I do have these on. Kick that off. I think this thing remembers it, so maybe I've been running it in the background and not... Oh, I know why. We'll get to that. So I've been doing hard slayer tasks. I've not been running prayers since I hit level 99. I don't feel like I need to. Plus I've got the cape from whichever dungeon that is. I have the fire cape. I have the fire cape. So I don't really want to run the cape for that skill. The prayer skill. I don't know. don't feel like running it, so I've just not been running prayer unless I need to. Once I start needing to, then I'll crank it up. I do want to do some more fishing and get this bumped up to about 500,000 or something, just because if I get it done ahead of time and then get on a roll, I want to stay on that roll. I don't want to have to stop and switch around. Okay, so let's see here. For agility, I think I redid skill 2. I don't remember what this was. I must have had it. I don't know. I've got it in my notes, but I don't know why I have it there. But then I did 5, so I can get the Slayer XP and Slayer task link. So I'm getting a little bit extra Slayer task. The XP is slower, and I'm getting this shitty negation. But some of the stuff I've been fighting really hasn't had that much of a negation problem. So at this point, I think it's fine. I'm really trying to get enough Slayer coin built up. And then I changed this one here to the damage all monsters and damage reduction. I don't think the rest of these have changed. This waterfall does need to change. I need to get this done. But I have to get all these skills up to level 90 or 95, which is a very long way off, and I'm not really in a hurry to get that. So I think it would be helpful to have, but it's a long way to get there, and I don't feel like doing it right now. So that one can just sit. Let's see here. I've decided I've kind of been pushing these equally, trying to stay, let's bring the defense up 5, then I'll bring the strength up 5, and then I'll bring attack up 5, or whatever, some combination. I've been trying to keep them all the same thing. Now I think I'm going to change my tune because I can do the best gear in the game at this point, I think. I think 80 is all you need, 80 or 85 for defense and attack. And I'm there, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to push defense all the way to 99. And then I'm going to stop and push attack or strength and then attack all the way to 99 on all 3 of those. Instead of trying to keep them up equally, I'm just going to push one to the end, push the next to the end, and push the next to the end. So that's what I'm gearing up towards with all this food, is just to grind that out. I want to grind all these Slayer tasks out, get as much of the Slayer stuff done as possible. I want to really try to get to, which one was it? This thing here, this hunting greater dragon, because if I can farm that and get this hunter's ring, that hunter's ring, if memory serves, fixes a lot of these negation problems and all this stuff. I'd like to be able to just get there and beat it and maybe farm that thing for a little bit and then work on some of these other tasks. I'm 8 levels away, and then I have to buy the boot. So it's going to be a lot of grind to get there, but I think once I get that thing, it's going to make the other stuff easier. I think, in my mind, I don't know. It sounds good. Don't know if we're going to get there or not. Let's see here. I did, because of all the combat that I'm doing, I did stop and go get the sandstorm ring. What else did I go get? There was something else I stopped to get. Along the way I picked up the Slayer crossbow head. So I'm going to hang on to this. I thought about selling it, but I already have it. To upgrade this to the full Slayer crossbow, you need the dragon crossbow. So I either need to find one in the game or fletch it up. But because I have this, I figured I'd just hang on to it. That way, if I get there with ranged, I'll have it ready to go. Let's see here. I did unlock the 3rd gear slot. I saved up the 300,000 Slayer points, so that is done. The only thing I have left is this redwood cookfire, and then, I could buy this too. Crafting and fletching interval, which I don't have either one, but I could spend 50 million on it. Oh, I'm showing something I didn't want to show. Not quite yet. I did get let's see, I got a pet. I got the Asura pet. So I get a little bit of extra Slayer coin from that, 20 extra Slayer coin. That's a cool bonus. And then the thing that I was kind of trying to hide here, I went through and started doing some dungeoning. I know I've already beat the volcanic cave 1 time. I need to beat it 99 more times to get the infernal cave. There's a lot of grind here because I'm going to bounce around here for a second, but I think I have a second one here somewhere. Nope, I don't. I have the dragon claw. So I already have the dragon claw. I need to farm out these guys here, the Pegasus. So I've been working to get my Slayer gear upgraded so I can just park on these things when I think they might be on the next level Slayer task. I want to park on these guys and get that get the ancient claw fragments. I need both claws, and then I need to beat the volcanic cave 99 more times, and then I can unlock this thing, beat this 10 times, and I can upgrade to the infernal claw. So I can have all that upgrade. I just need to grind a lot of things out to get here. But I thought, you know what? I'd like to really get to the Earth God dungeon. I could almost skip the volcanic cave grind. And if I can get through into and through the Earth God dungeon, I can get geared up and make the rest of this grind so much easier. So I went through the Air God dungeon yesterday. Manually healed through a lot of it. Most of it I could actually withstand with no issues. I think the way this goes is that you go into Air God dungeon with melee, you go into Water God with ranged, Earth God with magic, and then Fire God with ranged. I think that's how it goes. So I went into, but that's what you're supposed to do if you want to idle it and have it done correctly. What I did on my standard account was ran through all three of these with my melee character, and I actually, with manual healing, I got through all this. Now I think I had the volcanic gear, so I probably should grind more on the volcanic gear first before I try to attempt these. But if I could clear the Water God dungeon and then get a clear on the Earth God dungeon, I'm going to get a piece of gear from the Earth God. And the Earth God dungeon gives you gear for melee. So that's why I'm really trying to push forward to this, because if I could get, say, maybe the boots, gloves, and helmet or something, I know the plate legs and plate body took forever to get. This Earth Layered Shield was the longest grind I think I've had in this game. But if I could get a few pieces of this gear, number one, you don't have to upgrade it. You get this and it's done. As far as I can recall, there's no upgrades on this gear. So you just get it and it's the best gear that it can be. So if I can get this melee character decked out, I could probably start, well, I should definitely be able to start idling all of these dungeons and gearing up these other characters. That's my thinking. I also dumped some of my crap onto here. There's my other Dragon Claw. So I dumped some of the extra crap on here. That frees up inventory space so I don't have to buy more. I'm still hanging on to my money, making a little bit of money here and there, just hanging on to what I've got. Pushing towards that next 500 million that I need for whatever, probably rune crafting or herb lore. I'm thinking herb lore. Doing really well on farming. Going carrots, going Baron Toe, and magic trees. Level 94, so this will be leveled up here in a couple of days. And now all this extra mastery will go into whatever these are. So that's going very well. I'm very pleased with the way this is going. Like I said, I'm working on cooking right now. So that's kind of where we're at, and that's also kind of where we're looking at going. Basically, farming Slayer tasks and working on these dungeons. I don't know when I'm going to attempt the next dungeons. I might do that after this video. I'm going to do some editing and get that all uploaded and all. But you have to really sit down and follow the fight. You can't just idle it, and you have to pay attention to all the damage coming in. You have to know when to eat. The other thing I would point out, and this is something I never really did on my other accounts, but I'm really doing now on all my accounts. I never caught this. There's a protect item prayer, and every time you get hit, it gives you a chance. If you die, this thing keeps the gear you would normally lose if you died. So I've been using that when I go into these other dungeons. And then a lot of times, instead of, say, stone skin for damage reduction or the chivalry and piety, I've been using protect melee, protect range, or protect magic, depending on what damage is coming in. That drops it to 85% chance to dodge the attack. So it gives them a 15% chance to hit. Less chance to hit, probably doing a shit ton of damage, but less chance to hit. But that's kind of where we're at. That's really all I've got for this week. I'm very, very pleased this week with this amount of progress. I got the sandstorm ring. I ground that thing out. I think there was another piece of gear that I ground out, but I didn't write it down. But sandstorm ring is ground out, so I have that. I feel that's an essential to continue forward, because your chance to hit sucks on a lot of these high-end dungeons. You get like a 20 or 30%, maybe a 15% chance to hit, and that sandstorm ring lets you, it hits and procs for a while and does damage. So once I got that, I felt more comfortable going into these higher end dungeons. Not sure if I want to grind out the volcano at this point. I definitely need a lot of food and prayer points for that. But I could do, if I can manually heal through these next couple dungeons and start working on the Earth God and get some gear from that, I think that's going to be the way to go. So hopefully I can get a couple of more dungeon runs in before the next video. Otherwise, that is where things are. I will be grinding out more Slayer tasks. I think I got plenty of food at this point. 38,000 for the Slayer task that I'm on seems pretty good. So looking forward to the cooking patch whenever that hits. Going to continue on with the Slayer stuff and going to try to push these dungeons and get some more gear. And that's where we're at. I really want this account to be doing all attack now. So the way the breeze is flowing is I'm going for more attack. So that's what I'll be doing now. I know I've bounced back and forth, but you'll have that. I think as you play this game, things change and you want to do something different, and it, just explore a different path, try it out, see how it goes, and, make adjustments. For me, it's all progress forward because everything's leveling up. So as long as I'm moving forward, I'm good. But that is it. That is all. That will do it for this episode. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.